through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Well secured by Jaden Higgins. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 6-0 lead right away. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
A gain of 29 yards. 1st down.
Firing quickly is Penix. Complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 20. And a Falcon 1st down.
Here's Robinson on his own read. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
One of the tight ends motioning left. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here we go. Half the 60, half the 60.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And they get to him again. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Ben, even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Here we go, sack. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
3rd down, it's Penix. Buys time, rolling right. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
All right.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. He's pushed straight ahead, and it's maybe a yard at most. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Keeping it from Mixon. Hop on the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Let's grab the throw on 1st down. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route to Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains. Here we go.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
He's got it. It's in close. The stop is made after a gain of 6. That's going to make it 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
Just everybody in the huddle on the sidelines. Sure want a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal. All right.
Here's a design run. No gain on that play, and this is how we'll end the 1st quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 8.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
19-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
From the shotgun, Penix. It's brought in by Calvin Ridley. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Makes it third.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. In that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the first down, and live to play another day.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Buffalo 18.
Penix here from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. At the 20. All the way, and that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Why Tony? 18.
Stroud completes it quick. Into the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead to 7. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Taimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Penix now. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. He's got Ridley here on the slant. Now he's past the 25. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose, that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Got his man. This is Noel. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. We've set it down from 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All right.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now. They need 7.
Here we go. On 18.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled downfield, but look back for that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now first and 20. From the gun, Stroud. To the right, he's pulled in by Palmer. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
To the air, Stroud. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on
timeout is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
That was first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Falcons take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Devon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
To the air with Penix. He'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
The 19-yard line.
Half to 60, half to 60.
From the red zone now. He's got it at the 5. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons push their lead to 6.
Texans 21.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans. 1 play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
All right.
1st down throw by Stroud. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, deep down the left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans tie it just before halftime. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in 1 game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
He'll throw it. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. Here's the final play of our first half. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting the half with Robinson. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down, Falcons.
1st and 10 from the 32. Penix looking to pass. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion. Here's Penix. Complete right side to Washington. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he set out. Giving him an 18-yard pickup there. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
It's Penix yet again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And hey, if you can't prevent the catch, Brock, at least prevent a gain after it, right? So they make the quick stop at the 31. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Falcon first down. We've set it downs for him from the 31. Penix on first down. Quick slant into the hands of Pitts. Running in the red zone. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn good play into a great play.
From the red zone on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
60 bucks.
Three quarterback run here. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. 70, Buffalo 18.
They send the tight end in motion. Now Penix on 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
You give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, that didn't take too long. One series in, and he's given them the second half lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. And down he goes. The Falcons defense gets it done. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All right. 19.
Stroud completes it quick. The 30. The 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grab the lead on their first series of the half. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans jumped in front now by 5.
Falcons 30. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Penix. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go. Hawk 70. 19 Lion.
Penix now on 1st down. Ingram's got another one. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And again, it's Penix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's It's a Falcon first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready up.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Come on. 18, like it.
One of the tight ends in motion left. They're going play fake with Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Short pass brought in. And out he goes on the final play of the quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Play number 9 of the drive. This is going to be 3rd and 5 to go. From the gun, it's Robinson. He only gets a couple yards. They are well short. It's 4th down. Working quickly here.
At the 17-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw caught by his running back. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Penix here from the gun. That one connects. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
Penix on the sneak. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons take a 4th quarter lead. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Here's Penix and the Falcons. They're looking to tack on 2 more.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Hawk 7, 79 Broncos.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Flush down now to his left. And it falls incomplete. Can't make that pass work, so as a result, they will not be able to push their new lead to a field goal. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's go. 18, 19 Texans.
From the gun, Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the plays. I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Here we go.
18, what's that?
Desperation time here. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Is a turnover on down.
Okay, ready?
So 1st down from the 41.
Set. Cowboy 80. Hut, hut.
Penix now to throw. And the trick play doesn't pay off. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Penix working from the gun. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Atlanta.
Cut 19.
To the air with Penix. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. So 2nd down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 70 range, 70 range. Get up.
3rd and long for him here. Chased out to his right. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. The kick is off the mark. No good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
They had a chance to take a field goal out of the picture, and I don't know how I can quantify this other than hope. Now you've provided hope for that opponent because they know just get themselves into range and they can take care of business on their end.
Trying to start the drive and Mixon. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
18, what's that?
Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to 44 before he stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Why Tony?
First down throw by Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they bring him down around the 34.
Brings up second and yard at the 34-yard line.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans down by only 1. Just a yard left to go on second down.
All right. On 18. What's that? Tonight.
And the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on first. Running there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Here he is to throw. Caught out left. And he's out of bounds, so it's going to be third down and maybe their last snap before trying a potential game winner.
Brings up third and 2.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control.
Tony.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Just about a yard to the marker, so they're going to take the risk and go for this.
All right. 18. What's that?
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Tiger, 19, Tiger.
First and 10, around to Robinson. And in his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got second and 4. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Drawing out the design keeper. And they find them after just a yard. It's third down. Houston calls it second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Let's go. Hey, Smash. Top low, 18.
Penix throwing, third and 2. Taking a shot deep here. It's complete! Oh my! They left it wide open downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets them up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's a design run. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both?
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.